Now we heard the story about Altschuller writing this letter to Stalin and getting arrested because of an invention that could be used to disturb a parade on the
Red Square.
Red Square. He was arrested and sent to Gulag. But he didn't want to work there, so what did he do?
Actually, he was a very kind of brave and strange person. In former Soviet Union, if you are convicted, you should work 14 to 16 hours a day in some very hard work in northern or eastern part of Russia. Altschuller worked in Vorkuta mines, coal mines. But he was as I said, brave and strange person. He said, I will not work because you convicted me wrongly, I am innocent, I will not work for you. In this Gulag, there were only two categories of people who didn't work at the Gulag. Everybody else was working. First category was criminals. They have special kind of status because they were professional thieves. Professional thieves cannot work. You can kill me, but I will not work. And everybody knew it, and nobody even tried to get them work. And Altschuller first was placed in the barrack with these professional criminals. Killers, thefts, and all these kind of bad guys.
Wasn't it dangerous?
Yes, it was dangerous. It was the idea of the administration of Gulag was to push Altschuller to agree to work. Okay, but what's happened? Every time when Altschuller got some problem, he immediately started to apply some problem-solving tools, and it was a problem. There are dozens of or hundreds of bad guys that are extremely dangerous. You can they can kill you anytime, and you should survive somehow. He was not a very big and strong guy, and what could we do? He invented a way. He analyzed the resources, how to become the best friend of these criminals. And he found a very non-trivial way. He recognized that, especially by that time, it's mid-century, 20th century, all these criminals, they were illiterate. They didn't write books. They have very limited knowledge. They didn't know any authors' literature. And what he proposed to them, he started to tell them stories. He had a great memory, and unlike them, he read a lot of books. And he started just to tell them stories of Jules Verne, Herbert Wells, some criminal story writers, detectives, or some westerns like Mine Reid and some other authors that he knew, and they have no idea about these stories. Because he knew hundreds of these stories. Every day he just told them these stories, one by one. And in several days, these criminals made a decision. Nobody have rights just to touch this guy. Okay. His function is to tell us stories. And when the administration of Gulag tried to get to Altschuller, the criminals just stopped them and said, "No, no, 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 no. He belongs not to you. He belongs to us."
Okay, so he's probably the safest guy in Gulag.
Yes, they were protecting him instead of killing him. And what's happened, just to pull him away from this barrack of criminals, the administration, Gulag administration, they did it in the night time, in a very secret way, just took him out of the barrack while everybody was sleeping. And the next attempt, just to break Altschuller's brave behavior, was, okay, it doesn't work with criminals. What else? There is another category of people in Gulag who is not working. It's people who cannot work because of their physical conditions. Old people and extremely sick people. The majority of them were very old and sick simultaneously, and it was a barrack, and they called them the barrack of dying people, because it was a barrack where several hundreds of people were placed, and every day 3, 4, or 5 people were passing away, just every day. New people were coming, and the guys were dying every day. By the way, the amount of food for people who didn't work in the Gulag was much less compared with the people who worked in the Gulag. That's why they were kind of, it was an incentive to die. Just they were not fed enough. And what's happened when Altschuller came to this Gulag? He was the only young person in this barrack. Everybody else was old and sick, and the majority of them were some kind of intelligent people, like medical doctors, scientists, lawyers, professional military and navy officers, some professionals. And Altschuller, he looked at these guys who were just lying and dying, and he established what he called the University of One Student. He asked these people, professionals, to train, to teach him. There was a working time, as I said, 14 to 16 hours a day. And he asked them, do it one by one, lecturing me in what you are professionals in. 14 to 16 hours a day. And 3.5 years he was sitting in this barrack, and these people are lecturing him in all different sciences: physics, chemistry, biology, military science, medical science, aviation, just everything. Altschuller left Gulag in 3.5 years being extremely equipped with enormous erudition. He knew everything which was available by that time because of these lectures. But what in my mind was the most non-trivial outcome of this University of One Student. People in this barrack, these old guys, they stopped passing away.
Stopped dying?
Stopped dying. And the administration couldn't understand. Why? The same portion of food, the same conditions, but they stopped dying. And finally they understood. These people, they got a target, they got a goal for their life, to transfer their knowledge to this young guy.
Okay.
I cannot die before I share my knowledge to this guy.
That's a very nice
It's a very, very touchy story, actually.
Very touchy story. Okay. So that's then the story about Altschuller being in Gulag. First in the criminal barrack, then in the dying barrack, and he made the best out of both sides. Then.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Pretty. Of course, I am simplifying a little bit the story. There are a lot of other stories related to him. he was a really unique person.
Okay, thank you for sharing this story with us.